Hello, my name is Matthew Pfeiffer with mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I create videos about toxic, narcissistically abusive relationships. If you have a question that you would like for me to answer on this channel, make sure you send it to justaskmatt@mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Again, that is justaskmatt@mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Just make sure you keep the email 2 to 3 paragraphs max, and you're very direct and to the point of what your question actually is. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe notification and you hit the bell notification so you're notified each and every time I upload a new video. I upload videos on this channel 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. So with that being said, let's get into this email. So this email reads, is it a sign of a toxic relationship when one party does something wrong, they know it was wrong, and they don't apologize, nor do they even address it? They just act like nothing happened. And then their energy changes. They become very standoffish. Should I run? So I can tell by the way this email was written that this is, it sounds like you guys are dating. Guys might be kind of early on. And so are you asking me if it's a toxic relationship? It's turning into one. That's for damn sure, right? So one of the things that we have to understand, right, when we're in situations like this, is that early on, people will tell us who they are, right? Quite often, people will say things like, I had no idea this person was like this. I had no idea that this person was a narcissist. And I challenge people when they say that, right? Not in a way to victim blame, right? But in a way to victim empower, right? That we have to understand that people really do show us what's to come. So you need to ask yourself this question. 5 years, 6 years, 10 years down the line, right? Is this the type of behavior that you want to put up with, right? At the very least, this is something that you need to communicate about with this person and figure out what the hell is going on, right? Because this type of behavior, right? We have to remember, let's talk about healthy relationships for a second. It's a requirement, right, to be open and vulnerable in relationships. And it is a requirement for people to kind of own their shit and take responsibility, right? And so when I say it's a requirement, that's what relationships are hard already, right? Imagine this type of behavior happening consistently over and over for a period of time. Someone who will not address any of the wrong things that they do, right? And most likely what's going to happen in this type of situation is that this type of person would likely start to shift blame onto other people and eventually will start to shift blame onto you. Part 2 to this is that in a situation like this, when people don't believe that anything they do is wrong, if they do wrong towards you and they don't apologize, think about that. That's going to be a very big deal down the line. So at the very least, I would have a conversation with this person at the very least, right? But you need to understand that this is a big deal, right? And so you can certainly have a conversation about what this behavior is all about, but I would not be optimistic about this, number one. I would not take this situation lightly, right? This is something that when you start to see this type of behavior, right, this person, or if there's other people listening, other people who are in situations like this type of behavior needs to be on a very, very short leash, right? Because especially early on when we're dating in a relationship, this is a big time red flag, especially this early, right? I'm not exactly sure how long you guys have been together, but I could tell by the way that you wrote this email that it's still pretty early. I would guess less than 6 months, because it doesn't sound like you have a long, lengthy pattern of behavior, right? So it's important for you to nip this in the bud, figure out what the hell is going on, and take it from there. So thank you for writing in, and anyone else who would like to write in, make sure you send it to justaskmatt@mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Again, that is justaskmatt@mattpfeiffercoaching.com. Just keep the email 2 to 3 paragraphs max, and you're very direct and to the point of what your question actually is. With that being said, thank you very much. I will see you in the next video.